Vítajte, milí diváci, u ďalšieho dielu z vynikajúcej hry Beyond a Steel Sky. Budeme pokračovať ďalej, no. A čo tu máme ešte urobiť? Máme sa že vraj pozrieť do tohto terminálu. Prečítal som si to v nápovedách, že tam môže byť niečo zaujímavé a máme sa naučiť máme získať informácie o jednotlivých ministerstvách. Takže, ja neviem, či máme dať občianskeho prievodcu? Možno. Ukáž? OK, máme 5 ministerstiev. OK. Ministerstvo komfortu.
But I figured I could learn more if I found his kudos records. A chart showing that Graham's kudos score had recently dropped. I wondered what had caused such a sharp decline. I had learned all I was going to from Graham's apartment. I hoped it would be enough.
No dúfajme, že to bude stačiť, takže nejaká jeho prestíž tohto nášho zamestnanca Grahama, teda za koho sa momentálne vydávame, klesala dole. Takže máme tu viacero rôznych ministerstiev, každé ministerstvo zastáva nejakú inú funkciu. Ministerstvo snaživosti, spokojnosti, bezpečnosti, hojnosti a komfortu. No a my sme pracovali pre ministerstvo komfortu. Počkaj, hádam, to nechceš celé znova hovoriť. OK, nechceš, dobre. Takže máme podľa môjho skromného názoru dostatočné množstvo informácií, milý divák. Fajnový divák, kvalitný, si jeden z najlepších divákov na svete, musím ťa pochváliť. Ďakujem, že pozeráš toto video. No, myslím si, že to bude stačiť na to, aby sme sa zastavili za našou krásnou ženuškou, aby sme za ňou zašli. Teda to máme vlastne novú ženu, ale to je jedno. Prečo preberajú? Myslím si, že to stačí. Myslím, že máme dostatočné informácie. Cleaning supervisor. OK? Ale kráčam, ako keby som bol hlavný šéf.
I was, but I missed the sweet sound of your voice.
Jaké milé.
Oh, Graham.
To je fakt romantické, to sa mi fakt páči.
But please don't kiss me until you've showered.
OK.
Wouldn't dream of it. Besides, I couldn't let Alfonso hear.
Alfonso?
Alfonso.
Lovely wife for a moment longer.
In which case, shall we begin?
Of course. Shall we take a seat in the lounge?
Čo ten kráča, ako keby išiel sa dať ostriať práve, kámo. OK, čo ťa zaujíma? Vidím, že máš logo nejakého nemeckého týmu Wolfsburg na sebe. OK, Mr. Grundy.
What would you like to know?
Ah, well, straight to the point. I like that.
OK.
As I was explaining to your dear wife earlier, there have been some issues with your activity.
A ešte tu mám nejaké daňové úniky, alebo niečo.
What do you mean?
Čo ty myslíte?
Mr. Grundy, a word to the wise. This will be much smoother if you leave the questions to me. Now, whilst your records load, remind me, in which ministry are you employed?
Ministerstvo komfortu, samozrejme.
Comfort. I'm a cleaning supervisor.
Yes, of course.
No, samozrejme.
Graham Grundy, 42, cleaning supervisor with the Ministry of Comfort. Cleaning supervisors require Class C exertive activity certification.
A čo mám, jaký?
I trust that your health rating is sufficient.
Samozrejme, ja som A+, kamoško.
I did drop down a bit, but I'm back to Class A+ now.
Excellent, excellent.
Som A+, kamoško.
So, with that in mind, I will mark you as fit for work, barring any other issues.
Jaké ďalšie problémy?
Well, obviously, your kudos level will have fluctuated due to your absence. You're a C+ right now. I note you used to be much higher.
Počkaj, čo som býval? Myslím, že B+.
B+.
I didn't spot a plus on the record. Must have been my mistake.
Ale, to som sa pomýlil.
That is all I need to check off. But I'd be remiss if I didn't offer you all the extra support and guidance that you need.
Možno som sa pomýlil.
When someone goes off-grid, there's usually some underlying trouble.
Aký problém máte na mysli?
I like to think of myself as a bit of a troubleshooter.
Of course. I appreciate the concern.
So, let's get to the bottom of all this confusion. Dig a bit deeper, eh?
Deeper? Yes, right. By all means, mentor.
To ja som nejaká baňa?
Tell me about your workplace. I trust there are no issues.
Čo, ja neviem, kde pracujem. Počkaj. Na vlakovej stanici asi.
The land train facility. It's a fine place to work.
I'm sure it is. Department of
Ona mi
Land
to ukazovala, to je
Trains
super.
and Extra-City Commerce. Wonderful.
OK.
Oh, yes. Couldn't be happier.
We are, of course, very grateful for your service, Mr. Grundy.
Aspoň niečo som sa dozvedel.
Come to the crux of the matter. Your absence. 15 days is a long time.
15 dní.
This is, of course, why my ministry has become involved in your case. We have been concerned for your well-being.
I'm fine. Better than ever, in fact.
Excellent. Now, speaking of your health, I note you had some surgery last year. Tell me about your implants. Are they working effectively?
Neukazuje mi nič? Asi srdce.
Cat got your tongue?
You mean my heart regulators? Nothing to worry about. As you can see, the beat goes on.
Yes. Well, I must say you're in remarkable shape.
Dobre mi to ukazuje, tá moja
considering your
ženuška mi hodne pomáha, kamoško.
Of course, your mental well-being is just as important to us. How are you getting on with your rather peculiar hobbies?
Ja neviem, čo mi ukazuje absolútne, kámo. Nemôžem si to pozrieť tu? Že by fotografovanie? Hore? Ja neviem, čo mi ukazuje absolútne, kámo. Asi fotografovanie.
I do, yes.
You can't beat the feeling of an old-time film camera.
I can imagine.
Kámo, to som úplne, že typol, že fotografovanie.
Although I don't understand your interest in using such archaic technology. Choosing to fiddle with knobs rather than availing of ministry-recommended filters, stabilization, automatic archive, and data retrieval, all courtesy of Minos. If we can't see what you create, how can we share in your interests?
What can I say? I like a challenge.
I'm sure you do, Graham. Ah, well. I have a busy day of appointments, so
Skoro všetko som uhádol, kámo.
our little chat there.
It's been a pleasure, mentor.
Bolo mi potešením.
Hasn't it? So with that in mind, perhaps you can tell me where you've been for the last 2 weeks.
What? Right. Yes, where have I been the last 2 weeks?
Well?
Okay, so the last 2 weeks, I was working at the land train facility, of course. Cleaning. I'm a cleaning supervisor. And while I was cleaning, I must have bumped my head. The next thing I knew, I was in the middle of nowhere, still on the train. 2 weeks later, the train returned to the city. Cleaner than it's ever been, I might add.
My poor darling! How awful! What a dreadful thing to happen!
To čo je za príbeh,
I
kámo?
believe I have all the answers I need
To by
from you.
tomu by neuveril
Well,
absolútne
that's a
nikto.
relief.
I'm sure it is, Mr. Grundy.
Well, thank you for stopping by.
Just a teeny tiny thing before I go. There appears to be 1 or 2 anomalous results here.
Jaké?
Anomalous? That doesn't sound good.
It may be nothing. But here's the thing. I get strange readings when I scan your U-chip. Any idea why?
Maybe it got damaged when I fell.
Ah, yes. Of course.
Tak si vymyslí, kámo.
You see, the only other time I've seen anything like this is when a U-chip has been tampered with.
Tak snáď ma
No one would have done
neupodozrievaš,
that,
kamoško.
would they?
Tampered with? I didn't even know that you could do that.
Graham's a supervisor, not a subversive mentor.
Yes, a supervisor, not a subversive.
Damaged when he fell. Request analysis.
OK, necháme si to opraviť, kamoško.
Perfect. I have everything I need.
Great. Chipbot will show you out.
Chipworth, darling.
Just my little joke. Chipworth.
Good day, Mr. and Mrs. Grundy.
I don't know who you are or what you've done with Graham, but I think we got away with that.
I
No.
hope so.
Zdá
I
sa.
don't think that we would get away with it a second time.
Nor do I. If there is anything wrong with Graham's U-chip, you would better sort it out sharpish before Alonso's analysis comes back.
No to je pravda, mal by som riešiť ten čip. Lebo ma naozaj odhalia.
Who even are you? Where's Graham? Are you that contact he kept ranting about?
Aha, nové informácie, milí diváci.
Up to, it had gotten him killed. I had to come clean with his wife. There's no easy way to say this, but I'm afraid Graham is dead.
What? How? Where?
I found him. In the gap.
The Gap! What was the idiot doing in the Gap?
To ja neviem.
Was that where he was always sneaking off to? Ugh!
A child, Milo, was abducted from a village out there and brought into Union City. And I think Graham was somehow connected.
Sure, and pigs fly. Listen, stranger.
Dobre
I'm sure you
preložené.
can understand this has been a rather harrowing day. This is all too much for me right now.
Tell me about it.
So I'm gonna do some damage control on social media. In the meantime, I guess that officially it is your home, so you can stay, but this is my bedroom, and that one is yours. No cute ideas.
Understood. Songbird seemed rattled by the news. Not surprising. But whoever this contact of Graham's was, I suspected they were the key to finding Milo.
Žiadne detinské nápady, akože aký detinský nápad by som mohol mať? Že sa...
Excuse me, please.
Že budem skúšať niečo na svoju vlastnú ženu? To je fakt vtipné, kámo. To je fakt dosť vtipné. Zatemňovací záves.
The blind blocked out all the light from outside.
Dobre, otázka znie, čo mám teraz akože robiť. Tipy. Stávať do zadnej místnosti za... Plišové hračky, jedna chybí. Plišové hračky, jedna chybí. Čo? Kde sú plišové hračky? Ja som žiadne plišové hračky, kámo, nevidel. Ukáž? Asi za ňou zájdem znova, alebo čo mám robiť, kámo? Ahoj. Počkaj, to sú plišové hračky, no jasné. Proskúmať.
In Union City, even the teddy bears had screens. This one was broken. I poked at it, but I couldn't get it to turn on.
Budem to musieť možno nejakým spôsobom opraviť.
The shelf was loaded with books on management, business theory, and military strategy.
No tak to netuším, ako by som opravil. To je ovládanie klimatizácie.
The climate controls looked complicated, except for the big switch marked Windows.
Hey, don't touch that. Open windows. I can't even right now. Ahem.
Čo? Nezatváraj to.
Songbird, I'm sorry.
For what? Ahem.
Aham.
That I made a mess of the interview.
It was already messed up before you got there.
What do you mean?
Look, stranger. You told me your secret, so I'll tell you
OK,
mine.
tak to som zvedavý. Aká
As for
informácia?
this, Graham gave up trying to be anything other than the dullard he really was. If it weren't for the kudos for being married, I'd have dumped him months ago. You're new here, so a word of advice? You want to win in Union City? Learn the rules and play the game.
My name's Foster, by the way. Robert Foster.
Robert Foster, James
Songbird.
Bond.
Is there anything more you can tell me about Graham?
Not much. He was a loner whose only friends were idiots like him.
OK, prestíž. Nejaké ďalšie informácie o prestíži? Som
Was he
zvedavý.
born yesterday?
Let's just say I'm new here.
Okay, newbie. Here's how it works in Union City. Be a good example, stay happy, and you get kudos.
Which you spend?
Well, kinda, but not really. The higher your kudos level, the lower you are in the city. Simple.
So kudos is bad?
Aren't you listening? Lower. Lower is better.
To je nejaká hlúposť, kámo.
So you need a higher kudos to get lower?
Of course. That industrial pit up there hovers over me like a storm cloud. And this middle level is simply beneath me.
I think I understand what you mean.
But the lower level, now they are my kind of people. They've got standards that you don't see enough of around
To je
here.
fakt zaujímavé, čiže čím máš vyššiu prestíž, tak tým bývaš akože nižšie v tých barákoch a tým máš vlastne vyššiu prestíž. Som z toho úplne pomílený, kámo. OK,
Tell me
Graham?
more about Graham.
Why do you want to know?
I think he might have been
Lebo som to
involved
ja,
in
asi
something.
preto.
What do you mean?
I came to Union City from the Gap because I was investigating a mysterious...
Oh, for Joey's sake, not you too. Blah, blah, conspiracy, blah, blah, giant dog. Graham was the perfect husband until he started getting crazy ideas. Why couldn't he just have an affair like a normal person?
Prečo nemohol mať proste aféru? Chápem.
Could Graham have had anything to do with kidnapping?
For both our sakes, I hope not.
OK.
Who's this contact you mentioned?
To by ma zaujímalo
Bad
ináč.
news, as far as my kudos level is concerned.
What do you mean?
Graham was always rambling on about this hacker friend of his. Had a daft name. Leet, I think.
Leet? OK,
Any
Leet.
idea where I could find Leet?
Probably somewhere up top with the other degenerates. If I were you, I'd stay away.
OK.
Did Leet believe in Graham's conspiracies?
Believe? Pretty sure he's where Graham got him from. Bad influence all round.
Myslím si, že som sa už opýtal všetko, čo som chcel vedieť.
Thanks.
Ďakujem.
Yeah, bye.
Bye. OK, máme nejaké informácie. Nejaký plišák teda
A
chýba.
collection of toy animals were lined up in little baskets. One was missing. There was an empty spot marked Bartleby Bilby.
Bartleby Bilby chýba. OK.
Kevin Kangaroo.
Mám všetky preskúmať, alebo čo mám robiť, milí diváci? Nerozumiem tomu.
Carl Koala.
Kúra... Čo? Karel. Aha, Karel Koala. OK.
Dave Dingo.
Prečo mi to otvára aj inventár? Môžem na to niečo použiť?
Beating
bolo-
a stuffed koala wasn't going to get me any closer to finding Milo.
To mi asi moc nepomohlo, no. Tu je Jasmín.
Jasmine.
Tak nejaké meno. Počkaj, tu je nejaká skriňa.
I didn't think Songbird would appreciate me rummaging through her things.
To si tiež myslím, že to neocení.
I poked at it, but I couldn't get it to turn on.
OK, asi pôjdem do nápoved, lebo teraz fakt neviem, že čo robiť ďalšie. Už som sa rozprával so Songbird. Prečo znova? Ukáž, ešte sa aj niečo opýtam teda.
Excuse me, Songbird?
What now?
Are you a collector?
Chýbajúci plišák?
Toys. You have quite the collection.
Oh, yes. The whole set of cuddly kiddies. Even the limited edition Mama Bear from 5 years back. Well, I did have the whole set, at least.
A kde chýba tá
Something
posledný kúsok?
Bartleby went missing, that's what. I asked Graham about it and he denied all knowledge.
Blafum sa stratil.
When I tried to use the Mama Bear tracker to find dear Bartleby, he threw her across the room.
Clumsy.
Clumsy. Those bears were my engagement gift. He hid Bartleby just to spite me.
Graham had taken Songbird's toy Bilby, but I couldn't figure out what he'd have wanted with it. Wherever he'd gone, Graham clearly didn't want to be tracked. What does Bartley Bilby look like?
Bartleby is a Bilby. Adorable, long ears.
No tak to je úžasný
all
opis.
rolled into one. At least he was before he went missing.
A vyhľadávač hračiek je kde? To sa musíme tiež opýtať, milí
What's a
diváci.
Mama Bear tracker?
What do you think? It tracks her babies.
OK.
Babies?
The cuddly kiddies. Most toys in Union City are tracker-enabled. Lost toys mean screaming babies. Unless you got a tracker.
Mind if I have a look at the tracker?
To sú aké
Go
veci.
ahead, though the screen is broken. Squeeze the left ear to turn it on.
Rozumiem. Ešte raz sa na
Mind
to
if I
pýtam.
have a look at the tracker?
Go ahead, though the screen is broken.
OK,
Squeeze
OK.
the left ear to turn it on.
Bye, Songbird.
Yeah, bye.
It
Takže to
looked
musím
like
nejako
Graham had
opraviť.
taken Bartleby and didn't want it tracked. I had a hunch that he had taken it to Leet, but had no idea why.
Dobre, musím to nejakým spôsobom opraviť.
The device was now on, but with the screen broken, I'd need to find another way to get at the data. I wondered why Graham had taken a children's toy.
Hello there. I'm Mama Bear.
Hi.
Mama Bear looks after all the cuddly kitties.
To je super.
Are you looking for one of my children?
Hľadám Blafóna, myslím, že.
I'm looking for Bartleby Bilby.
Don't worry, child. Look at my tummy to find your missing friend.
Ja som zabudol. Myslím, že to je Blafón Billy, že?
There was an empty spot marked Bartleby Bilby.
OK. Takže ja to musím nejakým spôsobom opraviť, tú medvediu mamu.
Hi.
Mama Bear, are you looking for one of my children?
I'm looking for...
Don't worry.
Možno to bude nejako v typoch. Je tady poblíž ešte niečo, čo sa použiť k zobrazovaní?
The climate controls looked complicated, except for the big switch marked Windows. The shelf was loaded with books on management, business theory, and military strategy.
Čo by sa dalo použiť? Skúsime sa ešte jej opýtať druhýkrát, alebo dáme jej proste...
Excuse me.
Hey, stranger.
Bye, Songbird.
Yeah.
To je čo? Detektívne romány.
A detective culls.
To nám asi moc nepomôže, detektívne detektívne romány nám asi moc nepomôžu. Čo by sa dalo použiť ešte na zobrazovanie? Malo by to byť blízko. Je niečo blízko, čo by sa dalo použiť? Umelecká fotografia. Počkaj, možno tento holovizor sa dá použiť. Možno by som mal použiť toto. Krp. V krbe, že by som si to zobrazil, to sa mi zdá ako hlúposť. Počkaj, skúsim si dať asi nápovedu. Sa mi zdá ako, že úplná... Holovizor to mal zobrazovať, okej. Holovizor. Toto je holoprojektor, to nie je holovizor. Možno, že to má byť ono.
Excuse me, please.
Áno, kámo? Vyhľadávač hračiek. Holoprojektor. Skúsime to takto, milí diváci. Ne, nechcem zrušiť, ja chcem potvrdiť. Teraz čo? Teraz mi to bude holovizor ukazovať, keď to spustím tu. Medvedia mama. Mówiť.
Hi.
Mama Bear looks after all the cuddly kitties. Are you looking for one of my children?
I'm looking for Bartleby Bilby.
Don't worry, child. Look at my tummy to find your missing friend.
A teraz by sa to malo zobraziť tu.
The pictures.
Nie! Dobre, milí diváci, ja si myslím, že to vyriešime v ďalšom dieli. Dúfam, že sa vám tento ďalší diel z tejto vynikajúcej hry páčil. Ďakujem veľmi pekne za vašu pozornosť.